Not religious.
Yes, I'm religious.
I'm not religious. Yes, I'm religious.
No, I'm not religious.
I'm not religious.
Is abortion right under any circumstances?
Yeah, I don't think it's right, but I mean, you can't tell people what to do. So.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Okay, it's okay up until like after your sixth abortion, you gotta get cut off. That's how I feel. Like it's cool, like it's the fucking woman's choice. You know, people make mistakes. Plus, this world is overpopulated as it is. I really don't think it's doing any evil. Stem cell research could have done a ton of good. But if you're up to like 7 abortions, I think that's wrong.
Well, you know, things happen, and it's not good as a form of birth control, but there are situations that some people can't deal with, so.
Women's rights. Whatever the woman feels it fit.
Where the sex was forcefully applied to the woman, or the woman feels that her body may not be able to fully give birth to that baby, where her life would be taken. And I mean, honestly, it's between the two who made that decision to have a kid.
It's a woman's body. She should be able to choose what she wants to do with it.
Abortion is an interesting topic to me because
It's very
I'm
complex.
very pro-abortion, and I was recently, I guess about a year ago, I was watching this interview with Hillary Clinton where she was talking to people, voters, and this woman was talking to her and she said she had had 8 abortions. And I thought, okay, well, maybe there's a certain point where this isn't working, which surprised me because I'm like staunchly pro-abortion.
Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't say I'm pro-abortion because no one wants to say.
No one wants to
pro-choice.
have
Yeah, I'm pro-choice.
It's traumatic to anyone who has to endure it,
But people who use it as a form of birth control, I don't think that's no-go.
Yeah, that's right.
You should not use condoms just because you know you can get an abortion.
Right.
I don't think it should be an alternative.
The life of the mother, I think. And I have a tough time forcing a woman to endure a pregnancy after she's been raped.
Yes. What circumstances qualify to be legal action for you?
Something like rape, first and foremost. I mean, if somebody gets pregnant due to a violent crime or act something along those lines, absolutely. I think that's an acceptable thing to do.
I believe any circumstance, if someone wants it, they should be able to get it.
I reserve the right to not answer that.
And is abortion right under any circumstances?
No.
Not even like in cases of rape or stuff like that?
For those occasions, yeah. But other than that, no.
Not as a form of birth control.
Wow. Sexually, if they get off on it, that's cool. Geez, man, I don't know. Like probably, like just I have to think about it, but like the greater good kind of a thing. Like if one person was like, but it's like dying for hours.
Really only in a clear-cut example of that person has knowledge of save multiple more lives. But it's different because like, waterboarding, as awful as that is, it's not the same as some of the torture that people are enduring right now in terms of getting their kneecaps drilled, their children thrown into ovens, things like that.
What cases is torture okay, if any?
None.
Say if there was a 90% chance that someone was linked to a bomb and it was in a public place, would you torture that person to get the information to possibly save those people's lives?
No.
Under what circumstances do you find torture okay?
None.
I think if it is a situation where it's for example, a known terrorist where there's reasonable suspicion that something may be executed against, say, the United States or any group of individuals that are going to be just literally victims and made out to be some sort of message, then I think absolutely I'd rather torture him or that person or that group versus allow to get the information in order to stop some sort of genocide or something like that.
No? Why do you say that?
It's kind of prehistoric.
It's a little bit.
Yeah. But I guess I know things that I have said in the past as far as torture. I mean, from my understanding, what some other countries do as far as torturing for different religious rights and whatnot. I guess I'd kind of be for torture, public torture, or public display of torture on, you know, against like molesting kids and shit. I definitely think they should be put out in it. Yeah, everybody take a nap on them, especially the family.
Okay.
Hey, you know, you know that's just downright nasty and sick. So yeah, putting him in prison. No, I say the family should be able to molest him or her.
I don't believe in torture. Torture is never a valid option. Although in times of war, I guess torture is something that becomes a resort to deal with the battle that is ensuing.
Yes.
But I personally don't believe in torture.
I would rather the country end than for us to condone torture. I think it's so antithetical to our national identity that if we torture, then we essentially have no United States left to defend. So what really are we defending through torture?
Well, it's not the United States, it's the American Empire, right? We have bases in like 140 countries for a reason. It's about torture. That's our national identity. Whatever propaganda we spew here in this country is not what it's all about. Our global presence is what it's all about.
Yeah, I agree.
So it would change dramatically what our presence is, and I am all for that. But as far as like what this country is all about, I think it's kind of all about torture, right? We came over here torturing the natives to get out of our way so that we could manifest destiny in this continent. So
sure.
Any of you? Any input?
Well, I mean, it's morality.
Yeah, it defines our country, but we don't want it to.
Well, I think that the United States is founded on very lovely principles. Whether or not we follow them is a separate matter. But like if you look at the Constitution, that's an intensely, really French document.
Not sure.
That I would have to think about heavily. That would be something you could make a hasty decision.
That's a real tough question. It would probably depend on the circumstances. You really want to help, but I always think that's God's call when it happens. But I'm real conflicted about it.
That's not my place. I mean, so I wouldn't do it.
I thought to think about that, but yeah, probably if that's what they wanted, that would end their suffering.
I don't know, it's difficult. I probably would, but I'd have to get talked to. No, because also the time and era that we have now, we probably wouldn't have the same kind of democracy with that time era change.
Would you take her life to prevent the Holocaust?
No.
I couldn't do it, but I wouldn't mind if it happened.
Oh, I couldn't answer that question.
No, I would rather try to preach right and wrong to her so that hopefully she would bring him up in a better frame of mind.
No.
Why not?
What if I changed? What if we ended up worse than where we're at now?
I don't have the right to take a life.
To quote Captain Kirk, I need my pain. My pain defines me.
I was going to say something in that degree too, right? Like, to have the highs and the good stuff, like, I mean, obviously it's one of the most horrific things that human history.
I think it brought all of the nations together, as many horrible things that happened.
Right.
We all agree that it was awful. United us, I guess.
I think Hitler's conveniently blamed for that, whereas I think Hitler did a lot of good things that are not spoken about. So I think Hitler himself is not the person that needs to be targeted to be taken out. Maybe the Bush family who financed him or gave him all of his weaponry. But Hitler himself was not necessarily the bad guy. He was financed by Americans and shit. So
I heard we created ISIS.
we did.
Sexually,